Welcome to today's episode of Talk Tech with Beck. You may be able to hear the siren driving by, but also you may be able to hear this old-timey oscillating fan. Anyway, it's hot out. It's hot inside. I have given my bangs over to the heat and the humidity, and they're doing what they do. Anyway, I have been back on that algo shit this week. So this week I started working on Recursion, and whoo boy, how fun. But slowly but surely, I'm wrapping my head around it. So today, this week, let's do one together. So the one that we're gonna do, it was a practice problem that I really liked because the logic for a non-recursive solution came to me pretty quickly. So it was a fun challenge to kind of put that aside first and like figure out how to make this, how to solve this algorithm using pure recursion. So let's jump on in. All right, so we're gonna call this problem reverse. The ask in this is to write a recursive function called reverse, which accepts a string and returns a new string in reverse. Sounds easy enough, yeah? Sure thing. All right, so we're going to start just by declaring our function. I'm going to use a fat arrow because I like them. Great. Strong start. From there, when I start these things, I like to kind of right off the bat decide if there's anything that I can solve for immediately, any sort of if statement. For this one, the easiest kind of if statement to never have to go into any sort of recursion is to handle a string that is either empty or has only one character. So we can say if string.length is less than or equal to 1, then we're just going to go ahead and return the string. This is so that we never go into our recursion because a single character string is the same thing forward as backwards. Okay, so then we have that out of the way. We feel pretty successful already. So now we have to go and deal with logic. So we know that we want to take the first character and then make it our last. That's like our first step. So we immediately go, oh, I could slice that. I can slice it and then I can move it. And that's awesome. That's perfect. But we can only do that once, because if we keep doing that, if we take our first letter, move it to the end, and then take our new first letter and move it to the end, we're just going to return the same string as the original. We're not reversing it because we want our first to become our last, and our second to become our second to last, and our third to become the third to last, and so on. So we need to kind of move this into a recursion where, in order for the function to finish, we have to run through the entirety of the string and then build it back up. So the solution that I came up with, we're still going to use that slice, is we're going to call our function in here, and then we're going to do our slice in here. And then we are going to add our string at 0. I originally had that adding the string at index 0 within the argument, but that doesn't work. This works. It kind of blew my mind because I kind of halfway walked myself through it and was like, I think this works. And then it did. So then I walked myself all the way through it just to make sure I fully understood it. So let's do that really quick together. All right. So let's say we're going to just say hello. That is going to be our string. String equals hello. So our first recursion, what we're going to do is we're going to see this. We're not going to see it. In our brains, we're going to see this. And then we're going to see this to this. We're going to see our empty array plus O. And then from there, we've hit the end, so now we're going to start building back up. So if we take an empty array and we add O to it, we get O. And then we're going to look above. We've got that L, so we're going to add that L. So we're back there, we're at O to L. And then we're going to add OL plus L, OLL plus E, OLL plus H gives us Olay, Ola, hello, backwards. So yeah, it's, once you get your head around it and the idea of having not be able to fully perform all of the functions until you reach the end, till you run out, or so to say, and then build it back up, that's when these things start to make a little bit more sense. I didn't do this part. So up here, let's console log this. I told you it worked, but I didn't show you that it worked. So we're going to console log reverse, and we're going to say, heck yeah, cool guy. And we're going to throw an exclamation point in there because why not? All right. So heck yeah, cool guy becomes Yagaluk Heike, which I think is awesome. The nice thing about this, not changing anything to an array or back and forth, is that all of your spaces are kept as characters because they are characters, as are your any sort of punctuation. So yeah, sorry, that was me showing that this recursive function does in fact work. There you have it, a recursive solution to take in a string as an argument and return it reversed. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out. Eloquent JavaScript Chapter 1 is going to be completed this week for the read through, and then I will post a video kind of doing a quick rundown of the main kind of components to take away from Chapter 1, and then we'll move on into Chapter 2 as we continue. I've had some ideas and was given some ideas to maybe talk a little bit more about the code examples and maybe some other code examples, and then I'll always, either in the video of the chapter or in a follow-up video, do a sort of rundown of the main points, kind of a review. Lost that word for a sec. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you or your friends are trying to learn how to code, check out my videos. Coding's really hard. It's still really hard, but you know, the more I talk about it, the more I understand and the better I'm getting at it. So yeah, thanks for checking me out. See you next time. Bye.